Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Reset Kitchen. I am Lady Hamilton. That's right, it's Headmaster's Homeroom tonight, the Reset Kitchen. I hope you guys all brought a snack, a notebook, because tonight we are making some amazing things tonight. I'm so excited to welcome everybody here tonight. Let's say to all of our wonderful viewers over there on Rumble. So great to see you, my wonderful friends and fam. Nice to see you guys. I love that. We got Frosty, Nancy, JJ, and more. I'm sure you guys are all lining up and over there on Pills. Nice to see you guys. So welcome. And all of you guys over there on X. Hello, everyone. Make sure everybody says hello and hello to everybody on YouTube. So nice to see everybody. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Please do me a favor and don't forget to hit those buttons. I appreciate that. Well, the holidays are coming around. And so it's very important. I've been working on different things that you guys could do for the holidays. And today is a great one. We're actually going to start because on Thursday for our health and healing show, we learned a lot about the power of the king of oils. That is right, frankincense, the king of oils. So I was able to make some frankincense oil, and we're going to start with that little quick video. And then hopefully I'll be able to make the frankincense body creams and so forth like that. But I was super excited to have that, and I learned so much from that show. I was excited. So we made that too. Then you guys, we've got some amazing ham and some cheesy scalloped potatoes coming your way. I even found a video on a chocolate mousse pie for us to finish up with dessert today. So like I said, you guys are going to be hungry because it turned out awesome. I'm also going to play, before we get onto our food, Lady H's tonic, because you're going to see that I used that in a recipe today. You guys are going to be like, what? So you might as well know what that is. And therefore you're like, because you know it's amazing, it's absolutely wonderful for our bodies, for health and healing, and lo and behold, you can actually cook with it as well. So welcome everybody again. I am so excited. Welcome to the show tonight. It's going to be a great one, so everyone get ready. Let me get us started with our very first video, and that is going to be our frankincense oil. Let's pull it up here and get you guys all set. If you have any questions, please let me know. You know, I'm always in the chats with you guys. And this oil, again, I'm learning from what we learned on Thursday. I was like, I have frankincense. I have a pestle, a mortar and pestle, right? I can do this. And it's not only great for us, our hair, our skin. They say it's anti-cancer remedy. They say it's, you know, anti-inflammatory. They say so many great things about that. I can just only encourage you guys to go back and watch the Thursday show if you want to learn all about frankincense. But I also have children with special needs, and one of them is a skin condition. So you put this in with some amazing shea butter and make a body butter, and it's amazing. There's no wonder that they gave this to the Savior as a gift. So I'm super excited to load that one up. So here we go, guys. Frankincense oil, and what a great gift. If anybody has an idea, I would love to send some out, but I'm just wanting to make sure that the jars will be sealed and not, you know, how to package it up and stays upright. I don't know, but what would be a great gift to give out to for the holidays. So all right, here we go, everyone. Frankincense oil. We're so inspired by watching all the benefits from that the other day, the king of oils. I was blown away. So you guys, we showed you before where you could get your frankincense, and this is what it looks like. You can get it just like this, and you can grind it up if you have a grinder, or you can use, this is a pestle and mortar. You can see that I've gotten most of this already ground up into a beautiful fine powder, and you just literally just work it like this, just work it. Might take a little while, it's great for the arms. But I love having the pestle and mortar. You can see that it gets it really down to beautiful fine powder. Just like that. A few little pieces like that, that is not going to be a problem either. We are going to strain it. But look at all the wonderful powder that we have here. So I've done the work for you versus sitting here watching me grind and talk for about an hour. I've already pre-done that. So we're going to put that the frankincense back into its bag to keep that fresh. And today we are using grapeseed oil. I really love grapeseed oil, and we found out the benefits for hair. This is a really good one. Also, you can use avocado oil, they said, coconut oil, But you know, I really found some great things. I've heard some wonderful things. So if you want to make frankincense oils or creams and you're concerned about your hair and your skin, grapeseed oil seems to be the one. So we're gonna put our little frankincense over. I've got some jars that I've used that were things I collect, whether I was gonna paint with them or not, just, you know, but I hate kind of throw glass jars away, and these, I don't want to use the ones I'm, you know, use for food, canning, and don't, you know, you can eat frankincense. But I save these, and obviously just for a moment like this. So I'm gonna pour, I have slightly warmed up our grapeseed oil because I want to start working immediately. We're just gonna pour this into something that I can pour into these jars a lot easier. And I just warmed up a cup and a half. Oh, I think I'm only gonna need maybe 2 jars. So I have a cup and a half of grapeseed oil. And we're gonna just divide that between our 2 jars here. I slightly warmed up a little bit more so I could have a good cup of grapeseed oil in each one of these. So, all right, now we're gonna move this to the side. And obviously we don't need this little one, we'll save that for another day. Moving over here, again, I love having the pestle and mortar. They come in so many things, so many sizes, so many shapes, but it's just awesome. I like the stone ones. You guys can choose one, but if you're going to take my recommendation, I really love a beautiful marble stone one. They work really well, especially when you're grinding up. Look how easy these grinds up inside of this amazing stone mortar or pestle, right? I just think this is absolutely amazing to have. Just really easy. Look at that. Does it take some time? Sure, but just look at even these last bits are just grinding. I'm going to be able to save some of this powder even for later. Okay, so we're going to put a little funnel on here because I don't want it going everywhere and I don't want to waste this. So we're going to add about 1/4 of a cup into each jar. Just like that. And I'm going to fill our jar up. Amazing. That's it. I don't have that much left. I think we're going to use that all. So about 1/2 cup in each one of these jars. I got a beautiful powder in there. Man, we learn about this. They say that it is supposed to not only help with anxiety, it helps with, they say possibly anti-cancer. They say it's antibacterial. It's just so many wonderful benefits. Hair growth, skin care. Super excited about this. Sorry, I wanted to find something I can mix this with that wasn't going to be something, you know, I was valuing. I got these little straw cleaners that works really well, brand new one. We want to just gently, let's see what that is. Get those little pieces off. Gently just stir this in, making sure all this beautiful powder is incorporated, and having a few small of these little tiny pebble sizes, I mean tiny ones, is fine. There's just as much as you can get into that ground. Beautiful. And then we are going to let these just be heated on low inside of a crock pot here. I'll show you that in a minute as soon as I get this all mixed up. Again, I was so excited to learn this, and this is super easy. I think the hardest part is just grinding up the frankincense. Oh, absolutely amazing. Just beautiful. Let that oil strip off. This is a really handy little gadget here. Straw cleaner. Worked really well for this. All right. We're going to put our lids on. And kind of do lots of it, kind of shake. Ensure I get that all incorporated. All right. So this is the inside of my crock pot here, and about an inch of water, inch and a half of water. We're going to put this on low and let this literally just warm and steep in the oil for overnight. And we will check this out tomorrow. All right, our frankincense oil has been overnight, and we are going to strain it while it's still warm. And you can see that the frankincense part kept on to the bottom. So, but it has definitely gone overnight. The aroma is unbelievable. And I have one of these funnels that has a little screen in it. You can get one of those that are really awesome. Helps you strain your stuff right away. So we're gonna just put that through that and let it strain out any particles here. Once this cools down, you can put it in little vials. You can use this to make cream, all different kinds of wonderful things here. You see that little brush from Sterling earlier, just kind of getting that through, because it is absolutely going to catch all those little particles. Use a cheesecloth if you wanted. Whatever you guys want to use, just make sure that you have a way to strain it. Going to work this to the side. You can see it's still catching that, draining nice and slowly. Well, but the aroma is beautiful. So I see why people use this as a perfume. Yes. Gently mixing around as it is clogging from the powder. I'm going to show you the filter here. It's just as you get all of this through, just to see, so you can see the particle from that fine powder. That does not dissolve. Remember that this is a resin. So you can see, look at that, see all that is saved from the wonderful filtering. Right, because again, this is not going to break down. It's just going to enhance our oil because it is a resin. We're going to continue doing the rest of that here. All right, we did our first jar, and I just wanted to show you this as well because look at what's left over. And this was all fine powder and so forth, just very few pebbles, if you guys remember. And I was thinking that you can absolutely add more oil to this and do another round. If you keep using it, I'm going to try it a second time because why waste? That's kind of my thing. It's going to completely enhance that second round of oil as well. So we're going to do our second jar here and save these jars to do another round because between the oil and making a wonderful skin cream for my family, especially my son with his needs, it's going to be an amazing thing to have around. Looking very much forward to seeing how this works. And that one went through pretty fast on that one. Grabbing the rest of this. Saving these particles, like I said, to enhance another round of frankincense oil. But at least we've got 1 quart already strained out here, ready to go. Super easy, guys. Like I said, the hardest part of this was to just grind that frankincense. And even with the powder, it still formed into these clumps right here at the end. That's very interesting. But look at this beautiful, beautiful. And that green is the wonderfulness of the grapeseed oil, which is very green. I would imagine extra virgin olive oil would somewhat be the same. But just like that, voila, we got some wonderfully filtered frankincense oil, everyone. And we're just going to let this cool down. As I said, it just came out of those, fill it up, and look at how beautiful this is. Pure, homemade frankincense oil. I hope you guys try this at home. The next videos we'll be doing will be probably some cream and body butters. All right, everyone, I hope you try this yourself. The power of oils, frankincense oil. Wasn't that way cool? Oh, I don't know about that. That just blew my mind. It's so exciting to try that, right? And to learn so much about that and all the wonderful things that it can actually do for us. So I'm excited to try, like I said, the body butters, face creams, and more, putting it in the hair. Boy, do I need it for the hair. It's supposed to be, you know, adding that with the castor oil, and maybe even a few drops of rosemary oil, which we've done before too. And you would have a total mega thing for your hair. I mean, it would just be jam packed with all kinds of nutrients to help your hair grow, get stronger, thickness. I am excited, really excited, as you guys know, that I've been having major problems with that going on right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Super exciting, isn't it? Right? Oh, did you really? I love that. Oh, awesome. She bought some frankincense powder. That is fantastic. I hope you try this. You guys, like I said, and you don't have to have a mortar and pestle. You can use a grinder. One of the videos we saw, she used a knife. She used a really bad cutting board, but you know, she used a knife and she ground it all up that way. There's a million ways to do this, you guys. But yeah, I would say, and we even put some links on the show on Thursday of where you can get it. You can look it up, whether you get it organic, you know, an edible powder, or you can get some in the rock form, but you can buy it in a powder form. You can buy it already in the little rocks, and it is something amazing. The aroma is great if you want to use it as an incense, put it in with some potpourri. I mean, there's so many benefits. We did a whole show about that on Thursday. So nice to see that one. All right. Now, the next video I'm going to do is, okay, you haven't seen it before, this is absolutely a must to have in the house for any kind of flus, colds, RSV, multivitamins. I take it for like a multivitamin. I think it was like last year or a little bit longer than that. I had RSV, but I had a guest coming on that I just could not miss, right? I was waiting for JC Violins to come on for so long. I love him. He's such an amazing artist. And so here I was sick. And you know what? My husband's like, you got to take the tonic that I make. And I'll tell you what, one day, and it just kicked that right out of there. I was feeling so much better. So this is just wonderful. And I take it every single day because it's got amazing things in it. The power of honey, right? Ginger, cinnamon, pepper, and turmeric. Absolutely all powerhouses of wonderful things that are great for our bodies. You mix those together, you can have it right away. I take, like, you know, a tablespoon of it every single day as a multivitamin, and it is fantastic. So, but I use it tonight in a following recipe, which you guys are probably like, what? Yes, because why not? You can eat it. And so everything that I needed was already in that. Now, since I have so many little quart jars running around, I was like, you know what? We're going to use that here. So I figured we would show that first before we would get on to our ham video. So everyone, they call it Lady H's tonic. We should probably call it Nurse Patrick's healing potion. Well, I don't know what it is, but it is amazing. And yes, Nurse Patrick came up with this recipe from watching other things and doing research. And I'll tell you what, it is amazing. So let's load this one up, you guys. This is Lady H's tonic. Here we go. All right, everybody, we are going to make Nurse Patrick's famous cold remedy. I call it my Okay, that is weird. Let me try loading it up again. And I didn't get volume on that one. So give me 1 second to load it up again and see if we can get it to play now. All right, everybody. Okay, so I see that I have volume. Let's try it again. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, here we go. We are going to make Nurse Patrick's famous cold remedy. I call it my Okay, I don't know what is going on with my computer. Maybe storm's going on right now. Everybody, can you see me? Let's just do a check-in. Can everyone see? Gone again? Really? Okay. Maybe I'm having problems. Can you guys see me? Everybody give me a thumbs up if you can see me. And I would like to know if I am frozen, if I'm not frozen. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. I'm just going to check in real quick. You can see me. Okay. All right. Let's try this one more time. I hope this is not a problem. All right, everyone. And let's see if we can load this up. It's been pretty stormy, so here we go. Let's try it again. Everybody, we are going to make Nurse Patrick's famous cold remedy. I call it my... Wow. Okay, for some reason the volume doesn't want to play on this. I am sorry about that, guys. But as you can see here, I guess I'll just talk you through that, and we'll just let you know what these are here. Let me pause that. I don't know what is going on with the computer. But as you can see here, you have honey, turmeric, ground pepper, cinnamon, and fresh ginger. And you basically mix these things up. We do this in like a quart jar size, and then we end up putting it in pints, so we have it. And I just really love this. It's, you know, a cup and a half of fresh ginger, and it's about, I would say 1/4 cup of each one of these: cinnamon, turmeric, and ground pepper, and then of course enough honey to fill up a quart jar. That is basically it, and it just works so well. And I don't know why the volume's not working on this, and we'll just hope that the rest of the videos go. But you guys can just literally mix this and have this every single day. It's a powerhouse of wonderful. And so you guys, like I said, I love this one so much. And I don't know why that one's not loading up. Maybe, oh well, we will try to just say, all right, goodbye. And we're going to move that one from the stage. And we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so now that you guys see those wonderful ingredients, and we've showed that here before, and I apologize why that one is not loading up. But guess what? We are going to load up the next one. And this is our amazing ham video. Everyone say prayers that these all work fine. But this is our ham and scalloped potato video that we have here for tonight. And so you guys are in luck, and it turned out awesome. If you have any questions, I will be in the chats with you, but let's go and see. This one is ready. All right, it's that time to be making a beautiful ham, whether it's for a dinner party or a holiday. Here we go. Love it. Support your local. You can see this is going to be absolutely amazing. Super excited for this. All right, so we've got this down. So what are we going to do? We are going to just coat this with some amazing stuff. And you can use anything from making a beautiful cherry sauce. We are going to be using, believe it or not, if you have seen our honey recipe for Lady Hamilton's tonic or Nurse Patrick's cold remedy, I was like, you know what? I was going to cook it in honey and then ginger and cinnamon and all that. This is already in the cold medicine, which I have many quarts of. So I was like, I'm going to use this to be part of this. The next thing I'm going to do is I have this amazing, if you guys have these kind of things, Amish made jams. This is called frog jam, and it is fig, raspberry, orange, and ginger. It's absolutely amazing. We'll show you again frog jam, everyone. They also make a traffic jam one as well, and that one is got peaches, strawberries, raspberries, cherries, cranberries. So I thought these are awesome to do with our wonderful ham. So I've got these in a couple of different jars. We're going to take the small one and mix that with, this is the frog jam again, figs, raspberry, orange, and ginger. And we're going to mix that with our honey and coat our beautiful ham. The thing about our hams is, you know, basically you're just checking to make sure it is getting warmed up, browned up, glazed well. It's something you want to make sure that you are checking every about 20 minutes. I do this. It doesn't take very long, good hour, maybe hour and a half to cook our ham and get it really glazed really well. But again, we're just making this mixture of our frog jam and our just politics, which again is a wonderful cold remedy, God's natural healer, right? So, and in that mixture is honey, fresh ginger, cinnamon, black pepper, turmeric, and it is just a powerhouse, not only for your cold and flus, but also for obviously glazing a ham or cooking with. It's 100% edible, so why not use it for this recipe? No waste in this house. All right, so what are we gonna do? We're literally just going to slather our ham with this great mixture. And we're gonna make sure it gets all over inside of it, inside these creases here too. I'll just start here before I make my hands all crazy. Not often do I use oil either, but there are a few things that I just really, I know guys, I know, but you know, work really well with. And this is one of them because it helps to keep everything browning and just doing beautiful work. Okay. I'm gonna take off this ring of mine so I can literally just get this into the crevices here. I want it into all of these beautiful pieces of my ham. So everything is nicely glazed, getting that around like that, if you guys can see. I'm just getting this soft inside this wonderful spiral parts as well. Okay. There we go. We're gonna wrap this baby up. And put it in the oven at 350, making sure that we check on it to baste it because this will liquefy, and we want to just continue basting this as we go. Sorry, real quick, I had to rinse off my hands from all that beautiful honey. Clean them out, and we are just going through, which I like. This will make a little hot here, and I just kind of let the steam come out. So I just kind of keep it open, like this at the top and some at the center. Just gathering this around like this, everybody, in the oven, 350, and we will see it as it's finished. Don't forget to baste every 20 minutes. Today, we are making scalloped potatoes, Lady Hamilton style. And so we have got our wonderful potatoes already, about 4 large potatoes here that have already been sliced. We've got a couple cups of amazing Vermont hard cheddar cheeses. We've got some sliced onions here, 2 or 3 small sliced onions here, about 4 cloves of garlic. We also have this wonderful sauce that I made. It's half milk, half cream with Lady H's 7 seasoning spices ready to go on here. About a cup of melted butter. And a little surprise here too that we're going to be adding. If you guys like blue cheese, it's absolutely optional, but I wanted to show you some really good cheese. I like to buy it in the actual little pie shapes here. You can call it a slice, a slab, but a really good, nice block of wonderful blue cheese. Danish Blue has a good one. Portland Blue is another really great one. And the great thing about this This is absolutely optional. You know that we love blue cheese in this house, but if you're not a fan, you can definitely go without this. So we just kind of cut this up like this, get it all lined up, and we just make our own little what we call blue cheese crumbles. If you guys want to just buy some blue cheese crumbles, you're welcome to do that as well. But this is something that we absolutely love in this house, but I like to buy it into the block. I think it's a much better cheese that way. Love it. If you guys haven't tried it, I encourage you to. It's fantastic. Blue cheese is one of those cheeses that just go good with other things. I like to eat it a little bit by myself as well too, but a lot of people think it's just too potent for that. But try it with other things, especially your steaks, burgers, and as you see today, scalloped potatoes. All right, everyone, we are going to move this to the side. I have a bowl here with our blue cheese. Just add that to that. So we get ready to go for our layering. This is all about the layering effect here. Seasonings and layering. All right, move that out of the way. And I start with a big pan. Remember, this could be for a big family, a party, a holiday, you name it. So you guys can see it. And the first thing I always like to do is start with a little bit of butter. Just kind of coating our pan like this, getting that beautiful butter so it's nice and well coated with our butter. Just toss it around the pan like this. Okay, first thing is we just start layering our potatoes. I use my processor for this. Makes it super easy. You can slice them by hand if you want to. Love the processor for this kind of stuff. They don't have to be perfect. That's what's great about having a food processor. It's just that you get them nice and thin, which I also like. But you can definitely type your potatoes to the thickness that you like. Some people like them a little bit thicker. That's all right too. We just load these in. The only problem with the processing where you are going to get little pieces, that's okay. That's going to work out just fine as well. No rhyme or reason to these. They don't have to be in any specific order. You just want a really nice good layer going on here. I want a thicker one at the bottom. That's where these little smaller pieces come in handy, kind of filling in these little spots. Say these bigger ones for our next row. Like I said, just wonderful having these little bits kind of filling in these spots here for our bottom coat. All fine and coated. Or just all the way around. Grabbing these bigger ones here, putting these little spaces. Go in here. Again, I want my bottom coat, a bottom layer, I should say, to be pretty thick, decently layered. Okay, so then we're going to start with some onions. Just take a handful. Then you mix up that garlic with the onions. Over here, you just mix up the garlic and the onions. Also, just put the onions in the food processor, ready to go. No need to be crying today. You just measure that in beautifully. All right, grabbing some cheese. Let's see what I got in there like this. Just a nice, beautiful layer of that. Grabbing our cream sauce. We're just going to drizzle this over the top. A lot, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 cup, because we've got several layers to go here. All right, next layer, just like kind of doing on lasagna. Same thing, just layering these out. Nice, beautiful big pieces going on. And just continue to do this, right? Again, you don't have to be perfect. Maybe press it down, make sure everything is even. Just like that. We're not going to fill in this one as much. Same thing. We'll grab these onions, garlic, putting it in really well. It's going to be the rest of our onion and garlic. Heavy amount of cheese. This is where our wonderful blue cheese is going to come in as well. For that layer, again, it's completely optional. You don't have to add the blue cheese, but if you're a blue cheese lover like we are, this will be awesome. And just again, patting that down. We're going to add in a little bit more, about a cup of our cream sauce here. Bring that just around like that. Saving the rest for last. All right, next round, probably our final one here. We want to do the same thing. You want the top really well layered like you did the bottom. So we are going to do heavy potatoes on the bottom layer, heavy potatoes on the top. Really beautiful. This is going to be so yummy. So beautifully yummy. And these little pieces to help us fill in these empty spots. You can definitely do this half, even fourth if you want to, if you're just making this for yourself. This is definitely for party style, family style, holidays, you name it. Potluck, this is a great one. Oh, this would be an award-winning potluck. I know, or anything for the holidays. I'll tell you, my family loves this. Be careful when you make these kind of things because you might be nominated to always bring this dish, which happens to me quite often. Oh, we really love it when you make this. Can you make that again? Like, sure. All right, so we are just literally layering, grabbing all these little potato pieces just like that. Again, so we have a nice beautiful layer. I'm going to pack that down. All right, we're going to finish up with our butter, the rest of our butter. Just getting that right on top like this. Beautiful. So we had about a half a cup of butter, so a fourth on the bottom, a fourth on the top. And we are going to finish this up with our cheese. This is just a 2-pound grounded block of Vermont cheddar. Love this brand. All right, we're going to put this on the top like this, and we're going to finish it off with our cream sauce. Again, it's half milk, half cream, with Lady H's wonderful 7-spice seasoning mix. It's a mixture of garlic, onion, paprika, Italian seasonings, turmeric, ginger, and I probably am missing one, but that if you've seen that before, we frequent that recipe very often. We just want to literally put that in here. We're going to cover this up and bake this at 350, most likely for a good hour. All right, everybody, our ham and scalloped potatoes are done. Doesn't this look beautiful? We're just going to baste it one more time here. All these amazing juices, not a lot left over with this wonderful glaze. And remember, with this glaze, we use a honey mixture, which has been nicknamed Lady H's tonic, but it is a cold and flu remedy, natural remedy that we use that we make with honey, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and black pepper. And I'll tell you what, it is amazing. And so when I thought I was going to use the same ingredients to glaze our ham, I thought, why not use some of that since I have several jars of that already to go. So I used that and I added in what is known as frog jam, which is fig, raspberry, orange, and ginger. And look at how beautiful This turned out so excited. So excited, guys. Yes, happy holidays or a party or whatever you guys are doing. But absolutely beautiful. We're going to put this over here so we can see our wonderful cheese, multiple cheese, scalloped potatoes. Look at that. This just turned out so amazing. Look at how yummy this looks. So I hope you guys are hungry and brought a treat, because we are going to carve this bad boy up and get it plated. So here we go. Let's get out our carving fork and our knife. I like just, I know it's spiral, but we're just wanting to show you how beautiful this is. It's like we've got a carving. Oh, it's awesome. Bone in. There we go. Just taking a little piece right from the top. I want to dive in. Look at that and see how beautiful this is. Look at that. Support your locals, everyone. Support your locals. This gets me so excited because I know it is chemically free. I know how they feed it. Look at that. Look at that. So exciting. Take that right off here. So we don't lose it. And we're going to finish the rest up on the cutting board, but I wanted you guys to see this amazing, beautiful ham here. All right. We'll finish carving this up later, but while this sits, let's just do a little bit more glaze, right, on this open part. And we're going to save some of that wonderful glaze for our plate as well. Look at that. I'm so excited, everybody. I hope you guys are all going to be doing something as wonderful for your upcoming weeks. Getting you guys all prepared or just for an amazing family dinner. All right, let's move this out of the way. Oh, here we've got our wonderful piece of ham here, and my way. Here we go. Just amazing. Oh, I love ham. I don't know about you guys, but especially, my local, I don't know, personally, I know that he feeds so well. I don't know technically what he's feeding, and I know that they're free range, but they have just been some of the best pork I've ever had in my life. And I'm so happy to have the amazing ranchers. Look at that. Look at that. Just beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. All right, you guys can geek out on that for a second when I grab a spoon for our potatoes. Usually you serve up a whole lot of other things for parties, but these are the two we're making today. Just fantastic. Man, those came out so creamy and so cheesy. Fantastic. Oh, they taste great. Just hate it when some of it falls off the plate and I have to clean that up. Got to get a little beautiful towel there. So we've got our wonderful cheesy au gratin potatoes here, or scalloped potatoes, whatever you want to call them, scalloped. And we're going to put our amazing ham just like that. We don't want to forget any of these beautiful little pieces. Right? Look at that, everyone. Look at that. Our wonderful, cheesy scalloped potatoes and amazing, amazing ham that has been caramelized in honey, ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, and the froggy jam, which is fig, raspberry, orange, and ginger. Absolutely enjoy. I hope you guys try that. If you've got a version of something like this, please share it with me. And do me a favor, don't forget to hit that like button and share. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Wow, 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 wow. Now, you guys know I have only had a taste of that, right? I have not eaten dinner yet. If you guys know anything about me, you know that I eat after the shows, which is probably the worst thing that you could probably do, eating so late at night. But I am going to have leftovers for a while. That went off to Nurse Patrick's dinner tonight. The son's already had some. He was like, yeah, Mom, it was awesome. I did have a little tiny bit, to try it, of course. But I look forward to after the show and going and eating some amazing ham. And of course, I saw you guys saying something about omelets. Yes, that will be breakfast tomorrow. All right. Man, it turned out so good. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, you guys. I really, that's the sad thing about it. I really wish that you were all right here so I could just feed you. That was enough for all of you, you know. And again, you know, you could do these, you know, quarter sizes, you know, the recipes and stuff like if you're just, you know, a couple of you. I'm doing versions because the holidays are coming up. So maybe you want to do something for the family meal or whatever, and that would be a larger portion, of course. Like I said, just for us, I would have like probably forced that, you know, but we'll be, you know, I'm sure my husband won't be complaining. Neither will my son. Be like, all right, leftovers, and finding different ways to make great things with the leftovers with ham, you know, from omelets to split pea soups to, you know, all kinds of different, and a wonderful egg casserole bake would be really awesome as well, too. You could make all kinds of things with that, but that turned out so good. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Also adding some wonderful vegetables to that. JJ adds some great fresh green beans would be awesome with that. Some wonderful, beautiful Brussels sprouts would be great with that as well too. You guys can do whatever you want to and add those beautiful vegetables as well. It's just those are the two things that I made for this episode. But yes, I would be absolutely add something like some amazing green beans to go with that as well. Great idea. Awesome. All right. So we've done those. Now let's see if we can get this other video to play, because what's a show without dessert? So I have got a wonderful chocolate mousse pie for everybody. We're going to load that up, and hopefully this one plays well as well. You guys, again, I hope you're enjoying that. If you are, do me a favor, just hit that like button. I appreciate that so much, guys. All right, let's load this next one up. Hopefully everyone it will play and we can hear it. So here we go. All right, guys, our dessert today, we are going to be making this amazing little refrigerated chocolate banana pie dessert. And I'll tell you what, one thing I do love is if you are on X and you're following food channels and you're sharing food and whatever, that algorithm picks up. And I see some amazing little recipes every once in a while. And I saw this. It's literally 2 ingredients besides our wonderful crust here too. But we're starting with some walnuts. We are just going to puree these up really fine, just like we do for a cheesecake. So here we go. Oops, let's get it plugged in. Sorry about that. Let's try this again. Here we go. So I have a couple tablespoons of butter right here, basically 1/4 of a cup already melted. We're going to be adding that in as we're pureeing it right through the top here. So here we go. Want that really finely brown, and I've got my wonderful cheesecake pan right here. We're gonna put that right in here, and then just later grab spatula. Try to follow this out. A little bit of this nuts goes into our actual mixture. That does not bother me, but if you don't want nuts, you guys can use something else or nothing at all. But I saw this, and you can use the nuts of your choice. Walnuts tends to be one of my absolute favorites, as you see in a lot of my recipes and cooking. Grabbing most of those walnuts out, and we are going to just put this around our pan like this, a little bit up the sides. Just making a nice crust, and just pushing that up against the sides here. Just like that. Plenty for the middle. We continue to push these up the sides. It's definitely a couple of cups of walnuts or the nuts of your choice. That will give us a nice, amazing dessert here. Just put in the rest down here like that. Make sure there's no holes. We're just going to go over there with our fingers. Make sure everything is smoothed out up the sides a little bit. And again, just smoothing out. Oops. Maybe it's better if I use this. It's sticking to my fingers. All right. So that is the base of our little pie here. Super exciting. Rinse it off the hands real quick. All right, so now it's for the mixture. You guys, this is so easy. We're back to our little processor here. You can use a blender or a processor, either way. We take 4 bananas, just break them up. And we want to puree these like just almost like a whipped cream, just getting them really fluffy and airy. Put those in there like that, nice and broken up, and put this on puree. That actually went for a lot longer. I'm getting really a bit better about the mixture madness, but we want this bubbly, airy, and really pureed really well, guys. So that way, for definitely a few minutes, just really let that rock. If you got a blender, right, we're wanting to add the air into this. So I'm going to go just a few more minutes here. All right, we let that run for a few more minutes. We got it really nice and airy. Now you guys know I make my own chocolate. So here we go. This is the chocolate made with butter. Love it. If you guys can go check out that video if you want to make your own chocolate. I highly recommend it. Chemical free. We're putting in a good cup and a half of chocolate. It makes about a cup and a half. So 4 bananas, a cup and a half of wonderful homemade melted chocolate. You know, just so good. This is so good. And we're going to grab every single drop we possibly can of this. Nothing to waste here. And we are going to blend this again all together. All right, so here we go. This doesn't take too long. That's what you want. And we are going to put this into our, oops, there we go, into our wonderful pie dish here. Just like that, everyone. Look at that. And you let this refrigerate. I've never made this before, so I don't know how long. I would say overnight is probably the best. I like to make my dessert and let them kind of sit, especially my cheesecakes and anything like this, overnight. And this comes out looking like a beautiful, soft mousse. I'm hoping so. So I'm hoping this turns out just like the video and the recipe. But, oh man, doesn't that already look good? Chocolate banana walnuts. That simple, everyone. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator, let it sit. I'll let you know, because I am going to be checking it out throughout the day and just wanting to make sure it sits. We don't want it to be running. We want it to be completely firm. And we'll go back to you as we are plating it up to let you know exactly how long that took. But hey, overnight's not going to hurt. It for sure will set up by then. All right, guys. So this is the finish of our wonderful little chocolate banana, I guess, mousse pie is what we're going to call it. I just want you to see. Look at that. And it took a whole, definitely a whole night in the fridge, right? You definitely want to make this a day ahead of time so it completely sets up. You can see that it's pretty solid. We're hoping for the best. Love making new desserts. That's still pretty soft. Like I said, we are just checking this out to see how this works. Super exciting. All right, this is our amazing chocolate mousse pie. I took out a piece already, and you can see, I wanted you to see the inside, how awesome this is. Definitely takes a whole day to set up. We're just gonna cut one up here for presentation. It is like a soft pudding almost in a way, but pretty nicely set. I'm really glad we did the crust. Look at that. Look at that, everyone. Right on our beautiful plate. And how awesome is this? Really creamy, really beautiful. Chocolate bananas with just a simple nut crust, everybody. And we have our 2-ingredient amazing chocolate banana mousse pie. All right, make sure you dazzle your plate and enjoy. Isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, if you are over there on X, you know, let me see if I can get rid of that. There we go. If you're over there on X, make sure you're following food channels and things like that. That's a lot of times I get inspired. I don't know if I would have ever even seen that before, but basically, right, just melted chocolate, bananas, and you make the crust choice of you know, the crust, the choice that you want. I love nuts, right? So that's how I did that. And that just turned out so good. It was so creamy. I'm like, wow, wow, wow. And again, I just saw that reel one time. I was like, I got to try that. You know, I love to get, you know, suggestions from you guys. I love to get, you know, little inspirations that I see here. And that was one of them. And it turned out so good. Super, super simple, everyone. You guys got to try it, right? That looked so good. I agree. Try. Oh, so tonight you guys learned about frankincense oil. I'm sorry you didn't get to see the Lady Hamilton tonic one. I don't know what was wrong with that video. But then you got to see an amazing glazed ham and cheesy scalloped potatoes. And then finishing off with the chocolate mousse pie. I told you guys, bring a snack and a notebook. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate that so much. Yes, it did. It looks super, super, super good. I hope you guys try it. And that one's it's like a no bake, right? You just throw it in the fridge. Get a blender, processor, whatever you guys might have, right? Whip that stuff up together. Throw it in the fridge, and the next day you've got this amazing pie. So super simple to do. I hope you guys try any of these, and I hope you guys were super happy with these videos. You know, I love it. I work real hard to make these for you guys. Again, we are here to feed your body and also feed your soul. So we're going to be doing switching over here because we always love to have the intersection here with our Be Blessed prayer. After our Be Blessed prayer, we'll be saying good night to YouTube, but we'll still be streaming on all these other channels. So make sure you pop over here to Rumble, X, or Pilled. All right, everybody. But this was a beautiful gift given to me a few years back. Oh, man, I've almost been doing this, what, 3 years now, JJ? And JJ, man, he's been with me basically about the whole entire time and tries shortly after. I just love all this time. And it's about been that long. February will be 3 years of doing this stuff. Crazy. And if you don't think what I am doing is working, go check out like episode 35 and seeing the difference in me and the difference in, you know, even the videos of the cooking and so forth. But yeah, especially in me, I get a lot of times like my voice too, the skin. And this is just the greatness of eating chemically free and making this stuff ourselves. All right, everyone. But this little beautiful prayer was given to me as a gift by my neighbor. And it's a prayer for others. And it just put such a beautiful moment on my heart. It was such a great gift. It was just a bedazzled little index cards with this beautiful prayer typed up. And I started saying it every single Sunday for the shows when I turned it into a video, because besides my beautiful personal prayers, I do think about you guys every single day. I want you to know how much I love each and every one of you, and especially my wonderful Artist Corner family and plus. Right. And so this is just something that is, you know, I don't know what you're going through. You don't know what I'm going through, but God knows what we're going through. And so this is a beautiful prayer that is for everybody. You guys are free to use this as well. But its prayer is called Be Blessed. And we'll be right back after this.